Hey, this is Stuart here with another What the Heck Am I Reading this week? This is actually one of my favorite comics. This in particular is the creative product of the same person that worked on much of the DC animated universe and also features one of the best artists that I've seen, at least, in the DC universe. And he does work for other companies too, obviously, but this is going to be World's Greatest Superheroes by Alex Ross and Paul Dini. I knew I had to get this in absolute format when I first got it, just because it's such high-level art that it kind of just needs to be in a good presentation. The slipcase features the majority of the JLA, or at least the supporting characters. Put that over there. I'm testing out this new lighting solution too, so we'll see how it goes. So this is the cover. So typical stuff. I wanted to go back and reread this story only because it's difficult to describe. A lot of superhero stuff these days is really cynical, and it should be, because not everything can be all rosy and amazing. This story in particular is very inspiring and innocent and well-intentioned, which is what I really like about it. The kind of story that it is really is Paul Dini trying to almost write like a children's book, but still have enough there for the adults as well. So, for instance, one of the stories features Superman, who is trying to solve world hunger, and we have a scene of him testifying before Congress, which doesn't really seem like something you'd see in a kid's book. It's really powerful, for instance, in the Superman story, to sort of see these heroes grappling with real-world problems, things that they can't really solve by just punching a guy in the face. In this particular story, Superman wants to solve world hunger, but he's opposed by politics, dictators, people that are just trying to stick it to him, which is no good. Other stories include Batman, where he is actually fighting this war on crime and sees one of the people that he's trying to save almost become a product of the same criminal environment that's my dog. It's my dog, Winky. He is making a bed. It's really cool, though, to see Batman reaching out to people affected by violence in a way that is much more sincere and less aloof, like you would think Batman would be when he is trying to make amends with people that are affected by the same criminal element that he's trying to put down. The book essentially collects several one-shot series written sort of a prose format. So we have Superman, Batman, Shazam, which is actually super cool that they would include him in it. And then you have Wonder Woman, which is sort of like how to be a good, responsible role model, especially against the backdrop of things like women's rights, but also having a cultural awareness about, some cultures aren't really into the idea of a woman running around essentially in a swimsuit in broad daylight. Things like that. But ultimately, though, the entire story concludes with a full-on actual JLA comic. And it's super cool to see, because It kind of almost reminds me of like the Justice League television show. It has a similar roster and everything. Similar political, machinations back and forth. I've really enjoyed this comic for that kind of. It has a simple story, but there's nuances and aspects to it that kind of shine and make you think a little bit harder than just what the page is presenting to. All in all, I would say it's a fantastic book. And, most of the time, Alex Ross does this, but one of my favorite things that he does in these deluxe editions or absolute editions is that he shows how he creates these scenes. So, for instance, there's a scene in the beginning of the Superman part where, Superman is carrying a tree. But what we actually see is that he uses real models to sketch out some of these really iconic, important scenes. He even uses like superhero toys too. It's kind of cool. But yeah, fantastic volume. I found it for a good price on Amazon. They must have had it on clearance or something. But if you love to read comic books, I highly recommend it. But yeah, this is the first video with the new lighting. So if you like it, let me know. If you hate it, let me know, I guess, because I'm new to this whole thing too. But like and subscribe. I'm going to have a few more videos coming out as well, trying to maintain a similar format, as well as some updates on my upcoming books. So anyways, it's good seeing you guys tonight, and I'll catch you later.